Everybody, and welcome to another teacher talk session tonight. And tonight we are having our 199th session, okay, with another educator. And our guest is Scholege Country Manager Şahin Giray. When he comes, we are going to start our live session with him. And we will have very interesting questions together. We will see. I'm just waiting for him to join. When he comes, we are going to start. Waiting for him to join. Let me look. Maybe I can see it here. Sometimes, as you know, it takes time to join. Waiting for him. Waiting for him to join. Let me send them again. I send them again. Yes. Okay, there you are.
Hello, welcome hocam. Hello
Hello,
everyone.
Hocam. Hello, it's great to see you. Welcome. Welcome to our teacher talk session tonight. It's great to see you and an honor to have you here tonight. And I would like to say thank you very much one more time for accepting my invitation for teacher talks. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me tonight.
Okay, wonderful. I know we are all busy and you are very busy. So if you're ready, can we start?
Yes, sure. Let's go ahead.
All right then. I know about you, Şahin Hocam, but maybe our audiences would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences too?
Definitely. So my name is Şahin Giray. Basically, I am working as a country manager at Scholege currently. However, I am originally a biologist. So I studied molecular biology and
Oh, very nice.
I did research for a very short period of time in my life. Then I joined the corporate environment, and I have been in education technology industries almost for 13 years now. I started education environment together with a German academic publisher, Springer Nature, that I almost worked for
Uh-huh.
10 years. Afterwards, I joined a Canadian edtech startup whose name is Applyboard, which I also work for another 3 years. And
Mm-hmm.
it has been more than a year for me to join college now. So basically, my main expertise is the education platforms and the learner experience on those
Oh, I
platforms.
see.
And yes, and this requires, in a way, we need to evaluate the learning experience from many different points, including students, teachers, and the schools.
Mm-hmm. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Şahin Hocam. Okay. So, Hocam, what was or were your turning point or points in your own education? It's something personal.
Definitely. First needs to come first, I believe. I mean, all of our teachers created some sort of turning points and milestones throughout our educational lives.
Exactly.
So there are countless number of names that I can mention. However, I mean, for instance, throughout my middle school study, I had a fantastic English teacher who was just removing the borders without traveling. I remember her name, Engin. So I think this goes to the English language teachers. One other person throughout my university education will be my genetics professor, who was pushing us to be more creative. But other than this, what I would say is in my professional life, one of the very inspiring things that also which was very effective for me to select the professional area that I would be studying is the digitalization of the learning and the education.
Oh,
So once the computers started to get involved more and more, it was really fascinating for me to see how the digitalization is changing the education and the learning landscape. And I think one of the things that I need to highlight here is the bidirectional flow of this change. Like teachers are teaching and the students are learning, and they are becoming more advanced and they are doing research. And this is also changing how teachers are teaching. So
I see.
basically, that kind of cycle had a very strong impression. And this is why I just selected this area of profession for my
Mm-hmm.
career as well.
That's why I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam, for sharing your turning point with us here. Okay, so Şahin Hocam, as an educator, you have been in education life for a long time, and probably you have faced different methodologies and different techniques and different strategies in your career. So, and probably in your mind as an educator, you have a philosophy, a kind of philosophy of teaching. So, what is it? What is your philosophy of teaching as an educator?
Okay, I need to be careful at this point because I'm not a teacher, but I will just share my experiences, my humble
Sure.
experiences. So basically, I think 3C principles work well for education environment. One of the things I think we would all agree with is the importance of the communication.
Mm-hmm.
That also, which is very important in our daily life as well. I think this is more important throughout education. So I would put the communication, a basic communication in the first level, as Einstein said, if you cannot explain to a 6-year-old kid, it means you didn't understand it well. So first C of the 3C would be the communication and then the coordination. So now the things are getting more complicated and complex, including the materials, including the units, including the information. So in a way, with the corporate terminology, maybe this requires more project management coming from
Mm-hmm.
the entire educators. So we need to be well planned. We need to be using our resources efficiently. This goes for teaching and learning for both sides of the entire education process. Another thing is the cooperation, which became more and more important since the AI is getting involved into everything more. So
Yes.
I think cooperation is the part that the people, the students and the teachers will be able to distinguish themselves among the others.
Mm-hmm. I see. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ajam. And we are all educators, and you're in education. You are in education life, and in your career, probably you have a lot of stories, like all other educators. Sometimes you have a bad stories, sometimes good stories, sometimes failed ones, and sometimes you have success stories. Can you tell us one, or maybe let's say one success story of yours, something inspirational? If you have, we would be happy to listen.
Definitely, maybe, yeah. I had chance to interact with lots of educational institutions, students, and teachers from different parts of the world. And basically, it is not a success story, but it was very inspiring for me once I started to travel and get involved into discussions in different educational institutions, including Europe, Middle East, Central Asia, North Africa. And once I was interacting with the students and the researchers, the common point that every student or the learner would meet is the desire for learning. Regardless from how developed country it is, a learning desire is a learning desire. It is more or less the same. So once I got to see that, I just noticed it's just a matter of having a learning desire or not. And this goes for all the students.
All the students. I got it.
This was
Thank you.
very inspirational for me. Exactly.
I see. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam, for sharing this, let's say, kind of a story with us here. Thank you. Okay. So now I want to ask you another question, something related to your job and your work environment. So I heard it. I heard the name of a college, and college is a common kind of a company or something like that. I don't know actually, but you will tell us about it. We wonder what is it. So, and you are the, if I'm not wrong, you are the country manager of Scholege. So, can you tell us about it? What is Scholege and what is the purpose of it?
Definitely. So basically, you are right. Scholege is our company as well as it is the name of our platform. And basically, on a higher note, we are trying to provide equal access to the international education through the use of high-class and next-generation learning platform that we have. And we are just trying to omit the education gaps by connecting students with the teachers, with the top teachers and educators from all around the world. And basically, we are using AI in order to
Mm-hmm.
run the classes and the modules efficiently. And we also have a very strong network, especially on the West world with basic saying, in order to deliver this high qualified content and the live lessons to our students. So in other words, it's an online and live platform that
I see.
prioritizes the live interaction together with digital learning throughout the learning experience. We have
Uh-huh.
different modules that we have established on our platform for entire K-12 students.
Okay, 12 students. I got it. Thank you. And my other question is about the features of it. And what are the features of this Scholege?
So, well, we are trying to create some sort of ecosystem which renews itself with the students and the schools. So we are flexible in these terms. But other than that, we are just providing live and interactive sessions.
Mm-hmm.
It is a kind of the very interactive platform that also allows
Oh,
students
I
to get inspired from their teachers as well. We are trying to position ourselves in a very academic way. So we have an international science committee, which is located in the US, who are deciding on our
oh, US.
information flow and the curriculum exactly. And we are trying to collaborate with the best teachers from all around the world. And other than this, I think it's very important for all of the schools that we are partnering and we are planning to partner, like we are trying to be cost as effective and accessible for all the teachers and institutions.
For teacher and institutions, I see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Şahin Hocam. Okay, so you talk about this college and what is it and what are the features of it. My other question is about the, this kind of, the platforms are really important for students, schools, teachers, and especially the parents. They really, they take into considerations in some other points. So in this case, what are the advantages of it for the students, for the schools, for the teachers and parents?
So thanks for asking this question. I think it makes quite sense for the platform that we have launched almost 4 years ago. So basically, our biggest statement, this is our capacity that we are able to reach the international standards for specific curriculums. And the schools also has the same way of partnering with us. So we have a variety of opportunities for the students and the schools to have specific courses ranging from APs or IELTS exam oriented or even speaking clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Other than this, all of these courses are being held online, so they don't have to spend extra time and money for travel and accommodation.
That's
Uh,
great.
and we provide the Scholege platform under the roof of our partner schools. So basically, under the umbrella of our school, also the managers and the school authorities are able to see how their students are performing on our platform, and they are able to track and evaluate the expected results, which
Nice.
have been reported again via our AI tool on the system. So they are also able to follow up the progress that the students are having on Scholege. Uh, the schools can expand their course offerings. They can find any kind of experts that they are looking for. Sometimes we are calling ourselves as an HR company as well. So basically, they can replace the games with the smart educational courses, or we can design some sort of curriculums based on their needs.
Oh, I see.
Regarding the teacher side, we are also offering some sort of advantages. Like we have a broad range of teachers, teacher training programs that we make available for our partner schools as well. For instance, we have been talking about the AI for a long time, and now we start to see the educational reflections of AI. Currently, we are providing some sort of new age or AI affected class management or the curriculum design teacher trainings on our platform.
I
And
see.
other than this, and I think this would be something that we would also agree on, like our parents always want the best for our
Ah,
children, and they are
exactly.
very they are very demanding for that, especially in our Turkish high schools. So, in a way, we are trying to keep it on a very high note in terms of the parent satisfaction as well. So, our parents also have an account on our platform. They are able to track the progress of their students. They are able to see if the homework is or mock exam is being completed or not. So we are just providing some sort of transparency for every stakeholder that is getting involved into our platform.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam. Şahin Hocam, you talk about, the what is this college and what are the features of it. And so, what are the advantages of this, this is the system, okay, for schools, for parents, and for the teachers, and for students, of course. But the point is, how can they contact you?
Thank you very much for asking this. So basically, they can just use our generic email, contact@scholege.com. So we will be responding them in a very short notice. They can follow our Instagram account, which is also available for global and the Turkish level. So Scholege Turkey and Scholege Global. I think these resources will be more than enough. So they will be able to reach us, and we will be responding very rapidly.
Okay. And I have another question. Are you based on only Izmir or Istanbul, or you have a place on different places
So
in Turkey?
we have two headquarters office. One is in Ankara and one is in Delaware, US.
Uh-huh.
We also have an Istanbul. Also have Istanbul office, which our parent schools can visit, partner schools can visit anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Other than this, we have lots of colleagues who are distributed through different cities. So
I see. Okay. And you have a distributor in Izmir?
yes, we have a colleague in Izmir.
You have a
Ahmet Hocam,
colleague.
Ahmet Şahin is
Oh, I
based in
see.
Izmir, so
I got it.
he's
Okay.
like an office,
Oh, I
exactly.
see. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, because we have a lot of schools, especially the private schools in Izmir and Manisa and in Asian region area. So I just asked it and who was responsible about it. You talk about it. Thank you very much. All right.
Thank you very much.
So would you like to add anything else about the college, or can I move to another question?
I think we have provided the contact details. So if anyone would like to know more, they can reach out to us. We are always here, and we will be more than happy to provide more in-depth information once needed. So we can proceed. Thank you very
Okay.
much, Hocam.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much for all the information you provided us about the Scholege Hocam. Thank you. All right. So my next question is a little bit, the very critical question. So let me ask you, and I wonder what's gonna say about it. You know that we always talk about we are in education life, and we always talk about trying to to make education better every time. So we try to find new solutions. We try to, to improve the education system every time, and we all have different ideas about it. Especially we live in Turkey, and we have a lot of ideas about the education systems. In some parts we like it, some parts we don't like it, as we know. And so my question is about the education system in Turkey. And if you had a chance, hocam, to change one thing about education in Turkey, what would you change?
Well, this is a tough question, but I think I have an answer for that. I mean, as I mentioned by the beginning of this session, I had chance to interact with different levels of education and organizations and authorities. Frankly speaking, regarding the K-12 educational institutions, if I would have one chance to change, I would focus on establishing stronger channels between public and private schools
Oh,
under the umbrella of the related authorities. And I think this is something that the Ministry of Education in Turkey is already familiar with, because they did this for the higher education institutions in the past. We can criticize this from the different perspectives, but public and private universities are collaborating really good in Turkey. There are some certain authorities, such as the TÜBİTAK or YÖK, who are managing or who are trying to keep this coordination in place. I think this will be something that will be really useful if we could manage to do for the K-12 institutions as well, for our high schools, primary schools, and the middle schools as well.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much for your ideas about it. Thank you, Hocam. Okay. Every time, we all go our schools or people go to their works, and every day we need to define a kind of a motivational thing to do it, to go it. So when you think about your job, it's really not easy to do. Sometimes it's really hard, and sometimes we want to go away. We don't want to go to the job sometimes. But when you think about this, we need to find the solutions. We need to motivate ourselves. When you think about this, what motivates you at work, at your work?
First of all, I mean, in order to say that you are successful, you need to be rationally successful. So the results are always important. The results are always important. But other than this, I think a good achievement also should be fun once you look behind. So I think the fun and throughout the journey of the success makes the success a real success. This will be my first motivation. The second thing would be the problem solving. I think the educational landscape, as well as together with the new technologies happening all around the world, including Turkey, I think we will be facing with more challenges, let's say not a problem, but a challenge, like puzzles that I would love to enjoy trying to solve. So this will be my personal motivation as well.
Nice.
I think these two, being able to solve a puzzle and the fun would be the two things.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Şahin Hocam. Thank you. All right. Let's a little bit talk about some technological things. You know that AI is really popular for a long time, and we cannot, escape it. We all, live in it, and I think all of us, to get help, from AI. When you think about this, especially, in education life or generally, what is your idea or opinion about using generative AI, especially in education?
Well, the first thing that I can say is we already started to use it more, and we will be using even more. So AI is something which is not new in the education industry, that I will say it has joined into our lives years ago. So once we started to use the web search engines or even the Netflix or even a calculator, we started to use AI. Now, what we are seeing now, we are observing it getting more and more foresee is AI is going to be more involved for further educational purposes, especially for personalized learning, I can say, maybe the content creation, teaching practices, or definitely for some sort of academic support. However, there are some pillars which will remain in place, I believe. So human interaction is going to be needed for enhanced learning in any ways. I think we all got to know that the social interaction is another pillar, and it was a lesson for us throughout the pandemic. So there are some certain stuff that we will have to keep in place. What I am sure about is there will be two topics which is going to be under the discussion more than today. First of all, the ethical considerations of AI. So there will be lots of developments around that. And I think the legal considerations will follow the ethical considerations, because if there's a common sense of any kind of ethical consideration, this should be also reflected on the legal regulations as well. So it's not easy for us to foresee how the technology is going to evolve or further, but I'm sure that we will be discussing the ethics and the legal background.
I see. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam. We all talk about the AI, and when you think about this technological improvement, it's not easy to follow for all of us. Even now we are talking now in a live here, that a lot of things happening in technology, right? And a lot of things, that comes up, we don't know what's gonna happen. We need to follow them, and we need to find way to follow it. This is also same for education life. When you think about this, how do you follow this technological improvement in the education world? What can you suggest actually to the audiences about it?
Well, social media is a reality for that. First of all, they need to follow the Creative English Instagram channel. That's what
Yeah,
I should say.
yeah, exactly.
Other than the social media, some sort of blogs, and I also see the podcasts are, that it also started to include lots of keynote speakers from all around the world that they are also trying to share their expertise. These channels are important, but I will have two strong recommendations. The first thing that I will be recommending is proofreading any kind of information with the scientific resources, especially in education area. The number of the journals published in education area is also increasing due to the recent developments,
I
plus the
see.
articles as well. The second thing is the conferences. It's always important. The environment, that kind of brainstorming environment, especially for education and education technologies, is something that we all need to try to catch up with. So it's totally different than the virtual environment. So being able to attend such conferences and fairs will also keep the importance in place.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. These recommendations to us, hocam. Thank you, Şahin hocam. Okay, so and you are we are educators, and we know that, and we are always busy and doing a lot of things about our job. And for you, what are you doing? For your job right now, and are you doing anything special? And do you have any projects that you want to share with us?
Well, yes, I think I can. Uh, First of all, we started to host more students on our platform now. So this is something that which is keeping us very busy, together with the new partner schools we have. So this requires designing and lots of activation, student accounts and everything, new courses, new teachers, which are also available on our platform. Currently, we are working more than 250 teachers only for Turkish students. Other than that, maybe I can just give a very short trailer for that. Now, currently, every component of online learning is improving, and we are also trying to develop some specific, maybe the curriculums that will be enhancing
Oh, I
the
see.
students' adaptation, yeah, and the awareness for their careers as well. So this is something we are also working on very closely. So we are trying to release more career-related courses that the students can benefit throughout their entire K-12 education.
Mm-hmm. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ajahn, for your telling us your plans about it. Okay. You know, you know, as a human, we all have some role models in our life, or somebody inspire us about the things that we do, about our job or about our life. So when you think about this, do you have a role model? Or if you have, who are your role models and who inspires you?
Well, I have a very straightforward answer for that, as being a part of a very young republic country. So I
Yes.
think the founder logic and the Mustafa Kemal Atatürk will be the straightforward answer for it. And I'm sure everyone in this, the session is aware of the importance that he was giving to education. So I heard many teachers' speeches on social media and everything. So I don't want to just, to take a step away and try to tell it from the beginning. So this will be my, the idol. And I think what he brought to us is totally different than the reality of the region that we are in.
I see. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ajahn, for sharing it. Shine Ajahn, time flies, and sometimes, we don't know what's gonna happen, and we can't see the future, but we just can make, some guesses about it. When you think about this, especially 10 or 20 years later, how do you see yourself in 10 years? What are your plans, or what are you going to do?
Oh, 10 years became, the harder to have any kind of estimation, but maybe I can try to share the things that I'm expecting with high probability. I will be dealing with the educational technologies for myself. That's what I can tell you. But I think the
Uh-huh.
structure of the platforms and everything is very hard to foresee what's going to
Yeah.
happen in terms of the learning experience, user experience. These are very hard to see. But I'm aware of some factors. We already talked about AI, so its involvement is going to be further in. There might be other technological titles that we might be discussing at that time. One other thing which we are also observing intensely in Turkey is the student mobility. So it's not only Turkey actually, it is
No.
almost same on the global scale, like the students would like to study in different countries. So we will be observing more student mobility happening. Other than this, we already started to observe that the jobs and their definitions are changing.
Yes.
This is going to also make the curriculums very dynamic, by the way. So that I'm expecting lots of stuff what has been taught in the classes as well. But these are the things that I can share. One thing is the collaborative environment will have more importance than today.
Mm-hmm. I
It's
see.
also
Thank
another
you.
thing.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam, for sharing your plans in 10 years with us. Thank you. Okay. So, you mentioned that you are not in the classroom for a long time, but you are in education life. But you know that in our life, sometimes we have, the challenging moments. We face a lot of problems. And when we face it, we want to deal with it or solve it, but sometimes we can't. And when that time comes and we said on our own, "Oh, I wish I could have a kind of a superpower to solve this problem." All right. But of course that's not possible. We all not gonna have superpower, but we just imagine it. So when you think about it, I know that you're not in the classroom, but my question is related to the question classroom. Like if you could have a one superpower to use it in it classroom, what would it be and how would it help you?
Okay. Well, as you said, I just cannot command for our teachers how they can solve a problem. But if I will have one superpower that could be applied to the students in the classrooms, I think this is a kind of emotional answer since I just became 40. But I would love to see them to interact with their 40 years old age style
Oh,
version. So this will be I think very productive for our students as well, without knowing the person is their 40 years old version. But I think this will be also a good the experience share. So
yeah,
this will be something, or at least will be something that I would like to have so, once I was a kid.
exactly. That could be different for them to see that with the 40 years old version. Yeah, they don't know it. That's a nice kind of superpower. Thank you very much, John, for sharing your superpower with us. Okay,
Thank you very much.
another interesting superpower I heard here. I have heard a lot of superpowers. This is also another one. This the interesting one from the others. Yeah, seeing the 40 years old version of the students. Yeah, good. Thank you very much, John. Okay, Şahin hocam, think that that we finish the interview and you step outside your home and the finding a lottery ticket that ends up winning $100 million. What would you do? I know that it's a huge amount of money, but please be honest and tell us what would you do?
Okay. So it depends on the perspective. $100 million is a huge amount of money for an individual or even for a corporation, but also it's not that huge amount of money in order to change the things that sometimes we are complaining about, maybe. So, so, but in any ways, we need to be wise for spending it. So instead of maybe commercial mindset, I can share what I would run after. So maybe what I would be thinking about, like maybe first of all, I will try to enhance our platform, but in a very idealist perspective, like maybe I try to empower every student with high quality, personalized high quality education, regardless of the location or background or any kind of income. So I would run after the equality of opportunity in education.
Mhm. That's it. That's
This
all
would be.
you use it. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, hocam. to use this money for a good purpose. Thank you very much.
Definitely,
And
definitely.
of course, I'm sure that you would spend for yourself like having a nice holiday, and then going somewhere to see other things.
Sure.
Probably you would use them also. Anyway,
Maybe,
okay, thank
maybe
you.
we will do the further discussion in somewhere sunny by the beach. So I will be
Yeah,
filming over
it
there.
could be really nice. Yeah, it could be really nice, hocam. Thank you very much, Şahin hocam. All right. Okay, hocam. Now I ask almost all my questions, and now I'm gonna ask you my last question. All right, which is the most difficult one. Okay, what is your motto?
Well, I think this goes for all of us. The change never stops. So the change is gonna be, a part of our life. The only thing for myself, I always try to be up for it, but I am trying to be selective. So I think this is my motto. And the change brings lots of, the adaptation skills for all of us. So
Mm-hmm.
try to be up, but try to be selective. So this is what I can
I
share.
see. Okay. Change never. Okay. What did you say? You said change never
Stop.
stops. Okay. That's a nice motto. Thank you. Thank you very much, Şahin hocam. Okay. I have asked all my questions, Şahin hocam. And before, the ending our live sessions, would you like to add anything else?
No, thank you very much for all those questions. It was really very lovely for me to express myself together with you as well. Thanks for having me. I also would like to thank the entire audience for spending their time around, the time of the day. So thank you very much. That's all from my end.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Şahin hocam. And I would like to say, thank you very much one more time for being with us and for your ideas, for your suggestions, and especially for your precious time. You have spent your time here with us. Thank you. Thank you, hocam. Okay, and Şahin Giray was with us here tonight with our Teacher Talks 199 sessions. And we had a fruitful session with him. We talked a lot of things with him, especially about his, the company, which is Scholege. And you can, if you have any questions about Scholege, you can ask him for his Instagram account about the Scholege TR or Scholege.com. You can find it on Instagram. Okay, and as you know that, as a Teacher Talks, we are going to be here next week at the same time on the same day, at every Monday at 9 p.m. And until next time, please, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And until the next time, please take care of yourselves and take care of yourself, Şahin hocam. Until next time, please.
Thank you, hocam.
And bye bye, everybody, and peace.